Hi friends, welcome back. It's Dory Shoshani again, and I'm happy to have you here with me on my channel, where today we're going to talk about encouraging sleep. How can we as parents and caregivers encourage our children to sleep? And I find that there's three main points that I would love to unpack with you today. And so let's dive right in. When we think about encouraging sleep, really what I want you to think about is that we're not invested in the outcome, okay? The outcome of sleep. So that sounds strange. It's like I want to encourage sleep, but I don't want to be invested in the outcome of sleep. So then what am I doing exactly? So today we're going to unpack the three main ways that we can encourage sleep without being invested in the outcome of what happens with our child. Ultimately, are they sleeping or are they not sleeping? So the first main point that we want to put focus on is, how do I want to show up? Okay? And for those of you who know me, you know that most of my focus around anything we do, especially sleep, is how do I show up? Who do I want to be in this situation? Especially as a parent. Who do I want to be for my child as they're going through a struggle? Who do I want to be for my child when they can't seem to make it? And with that thought, you want to think about, am I showing up focused on the outcome, or am I showing up focused on the intention? Because if we focus on the outcome, we can easily get disappointed. It's like, oh, I just spent 40 minutes trying to get my kid to sleep and he didn't fall asleep. I actually remember this when my fourth was born. I have three kids that are older and one kid that has a big age gap in between. So there were three older kids with a baby. And I remember one day that I was home in the afternoon with my children, Daniel had to go take his third nap. And so I went upstairs with him to try and get him to sleep. And I spent 40 minutes in the room with him, practicing going to sleep, and it didn't work. He didn't fall asleep. He could hear them all giggling downstairs. He totally had FOMO. He wanted to be part of the crowd. And so after 40 minutes, I decided, okay, it's a no-go. We're going to go downstairs now. And then I came downstairs with them, and I'll never forget my kids' faces. They all looked at me like, huh? You didn't get him down? And I said to them, nope, he didn't go down. He wants to be part of the party. And they were like, oh my God, Mom, you didn't get him down. Oh my God, he didn't fall asleep. And I was like, guys, it doesn't matter. We did a practice session. It didn't work. We'll practice again tomorrow. It's all good. It doesn't matter if my child fell asleep, because that's not my end goal. My end goal is to encourage sleep. And so I'm working towards that. Whether or not my child falls asleep, that's not in my hands, right? I don't have control of the way that things are going to play out. I only have control over how I show up. I only have control over my intention. And so my intention is to encourage sleep. And I will do everything in my power to set him up for success. And if it doesn't work, that's okay too. There's always another sleep we can work on. There's always tomorrow. And so I think that that's very important for a healthy mindset, that we are not invested in the outcome, that we put focus on how we show up, showing up with the intention of helping our child be able to fall asleep, setting the stage for an ideal setting so that they can fall asleep, and not being invested in the outcome. So today Daniel didn't fall asleep. Okay, I guess that's just the way it is. And we'll work on it again tomorrow. So that's point number one. Point number two is that we want to see sleep as a daily practice. Okay, so think about, how many days is it going to take for my child to sleep? How could I even know that? How could I even create a healthy sleep habit if I'm so invested in when something is going to happen? It's more like I want to wrap my head around the fact that I need to encourage the value of sleep. I need to encourage healthy sleep habits over time. And so that means that when I think about sleep, and this is how I see it, I think about it like I brush my teeth. On what day are my teeth clean? Is it after the 4th day of brushing them? Is it after the 20th day of brushing them? When do my teeth actually look nice and shiny and white? There is no day, because it's a daily practice. That means I need to be doing this consistently, every day, twice a day, forever. And I trust that on X day, my teeth will be clean. I don't know when that happened. And it doesn't matter when that happens, because I'm not specifically waiting for it to happen. I'm invested in the practice. And I want you guys to think that way around sleep. I want you to think about investing in the practice of sleep, making this a day in, day out way of showing up. So when we invest in the practice of sleep, that means that we prioritize sleep. That means that we think about the conditions that our child is sleeping in. That means that we think about the fact that our child needs to go to bed at a certain time, and we don't plan outings around those hours in the evening. And a lot of other points can come into that way of thinking. The fact that sleep is a daily practice. And so I just want you guys to wrap your head around the concept that this is something that happens day in, day out. It's not something that we're going to check off a list. It's not something that's going to be done and then we can forget about it. It's not about going back to our regular life like it was pre-baby sleeping. It's the truth that now we have a child who needs to sleep, has their own needs, and I want to be the one who can encourage healthy sleep habits. And so I'm putting focus on the daily practice. Okay, bullet point number 3 that we want to put our focus on is trust. And what does that mean, trust? It means that I'm putting in the work and I trust that things will play out the way that they need to. And so I'm not so hyper-focused on, let's say for my initial example of Daniel, who didn't fall asleep for that nap. I'm not invested in that. He didn't fall asleep for a nap today. Okay, there was a lot of noise downstairs. He felt like he wanted to be part of the crowd. Today was an off day. Whatever the situation is, fine. We live in a world that's very up and down. We're not robots. We don't have the same day every single day. And so our child's sleep is not going to be the same every single day. And that's fine, as long as we are encouraging sleep by recognizing that when I put in my recipe for success, which is XYZ, then I encourage my child to have the best sleep possible. And it might happen today and it might not. And that's okay too. And just that mindset creates the sense of stability within yourselves that your child then perceives as something that they can hold on to. You become an anchor for them because you can trust. And so you're not hyper-focused on anything. You're not nervous about anything. You're not feeling like, oh, I failed today. It didn't work. What's wrong? You just keep your head up, knowing that you're putting in that daily practice, knowing that you trust that things will eventually play out. And that's good enough. It keeps you solid, centered, stable, and that is an anchor for your child. And that way everybody can reap the benefits of how you show up and of sleep taking place over time. Okay, so I hope that those 3 points are insightful for you. I hope that now you know where you can put your focus so that you can encourage sleep. And if you still are struggling with sleepless nights, then I want to invite you to just click on the link below, the 3 main reasons why my child's still not sleeping through the night. It's my free guide. It will help you guys know where to put your focus so that we can help your child start to sleep through the night so that you can feel well rested. Your child can start the day on a full battery and everyone will reap the benefits of good sleep. So grab it, guys. It's on my website. It's in the show notes. It's there for you. Start making your way to better nights. Okay? I will see you in the next video. Thank you for being with me.